And today we are in the series of excerpts from great books, and today our book is Dim Hypothesis by Leonard Peikoff. This is the next one. This is the next excerpt. You can look at the playlist and see all the excerpts. And we're going from the beginning to the end. Short excerpts. This is from the first chapter, Integration. After a man has gained enough of a conceptual vocabulary, basic language, to identify a range of percepts, the first requirement of expanding his knowledge is induction, which is in essence the process of inferring a generalization from observations. As in concept formation, so here the generalizer blends many observed similarities into a new mental one. In this case, the unit is not a single word, but a sentence of the form all S is P. Most of the instances of a generalization, as of a concept, are outside the range of sense perception, direct sense perception. Through measurement omission applied to what he does perceive, however, a man can condense this kind of totality to into a single unit such as opposite magnetic poles attract. Now all the magnetic poles follow this. So we can connect it to senses also. Simple only. He is thus able to grasp and retain an otherwise unknowable mass of data, right? Like animals. He can come to conclusions, including predictions, about the actions of an unlimited number of physical objects, such as magnets. Objects spread potentially or actually across all time and space, right? So, once he does that, the necessary complement to induction is deduction. The standard example of which is all men are mortal. Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. The role of integration here is obvious. We are expanding our knowledge by applying a generalization to one or more of the concretes subsumed under it, yet not so far considered in this context. In essence, we are combining earlier cognitions, the premises, into an argument which later, however complex, we easily retain by condensation into a unit. Then we find out whether our conclusion can be integrated without contradiction into a more complex unity, a proof. So it's very obvious now what is a proof, an argument, deduction, and induction. After one learns a body of generalizations, the next major step up the cognitive ladder is the integration of generalizations into principles or laws. A principle is a basic generalization. It unites and thereby explains a vast range of earlier generalizations. Right? That's how we learn. And often many isolated facts as well. Thus, when scientists discovered that the atoms of every chemical element have identical masses and electrical properties, they were able, by means of the atomic principles, to make a single mental unit of many, either to establish but unrelated laws, such as those discovered by Dalton, Avogadro, Faraday, and others. In relation to the new principles, the earlier laws, though still integration of instances, are themselves seen as instances of one higher level integration, which typically becomes an instance of still higher level one. After a substantial body of observations and principles has been discovered within several fields of study, so far viewed as unrelated, right? Unrelated, a momentous step up the hierarchy is the grasp of relationships among these fields. That is the integration of the sciences. So you connect history, sciences, politics, literature. This step was all but impossible to the ancients at the outset of human cognition, but as knowledge has grown, it has proved to be indispensable. And then he goes on to give examples. So the whole idea is you start with percepts as an infant toddler, and then you slowly go into language, then you go into induction, you come to some generalizations, you connect the generalizations into a more broader principles or laws, and then you connect all the principles of different subjects into one integration, right? That's how you hold the universe. You hold the universe, and at every step, it's like that. Interesting thing is that every step, even for a child, whatever he knows, it's the whole. Whole is the true. It's called keeping holding your full context. You can call it contextual absolutism. You can could call it whole, whole context, total context, full context. These are the words we use. That's why we should not drop context. And as we learn more and more, we should naturally integrate. There's no hurry in it. If you notice, it is not deduction from deduction. It's from observation of the word only. So you look at the word and you observe everything, including all the basic questions also. In a more simpler way, I would say as an educator, ask all the questions and get broadly all the answers. Satisfy your curiosity and grow to a point where you have broadly. And you go on, no? You go on applying it. Then you open your eyes. Then you become passionate. And in 50 years, you create something new. You have a great time in life. This is bypassed. When this knowledge is not given, they become conformists. This is the reason why people become conformists, not some great reason. Thank you.